Save Any Fish, June 4th, 2017. And I made a video a couple days ago. You really need to go watch it. It pertains to the Route 66 article that I was going over that has some extremely cryptic and meaningful, I believe, information in it. And I traced that all the way to where the end of the trail, Route 66, end of the trail, and I showed you that 6.6 miles from the end of the trail, out in the ocean here, is a dead sheep. Blatant dead sheep. Top of his head, there's his ear, is his dead eye, goober coming out of the eye, the nose, and the tongue sticking out, and he's got a serpent underneath him. Well, if you take from that dead sheep and you go 33 miles at a heading of 133 degrees, you cannot make this up. This line right here is 33 miles and 133 degree heading. And what do we find there? We find oil rigs, some of the very few that are in the area. There are not many oil rigs left in this area. And I'll bring your memory back to about 2 months ago. I did a video, and I will try and link it, and it was based on this image that was on Drudge for a long time, a full day or more. And I was pointing out the oil rigs. It's obviously a western sunset. You got your oil rigs. And you had this funny wishbone cloud, which I made a video of, that cloud, which you do not see clouds like that very often, appeared over my house, and I videotaped it. I'll try and link those two videos. And I pointed out that in this nuclear blast, we have a king. We have a king in this blast. Okay? And inside, hidden inside that king, which is what they do, is a locust king. That's what it is. You can go, I'll try and link this image, but that's what it is. Okay? I made a video on it. So, we're looking at the nuclear blast. That would put the oil rigs, the sunset back here. We're looking west. West would be off in that direction. So if we were to look and see those rigs, according to that nuclear blast, that would put us somewhere right in here, would it not? To view those two rigs in that blast. Right? There are the rigs, right there, over on this side. So that would put us right about over here. Well, we have our wishbone cloud that I told you about. And there is not in this country many places that you're going to find named wishbone. Look it up. You cannot make this stuff up. Wishbone on Catalina Island on the 33rd.3 latitude and 118 longitude. You can look that up too. And it's right outside of a town called Apollyon. Apollyon is a reference to the occult world's version of the Garden of Eden. That's what it is. So we're looking at the wishbone in the cloud, right beyond the mushroom cloud, which would put it right over Catalina Island. Would it not? Yes, it would. And there's a king in the cloud. Well, the city of Apollyon was actually named by a woman whose husband was developing the island back in the 1800s, and she named it after a poem from Alfred Lord Tennyson called The Idylls of the King. Okay? He dedicated the poems to Albert Prince Consort. Who's he? Well, he happened to be a member of the Saxe-Coburg and Gotha family, probably the premier satanic control family on Earth. That's who they are. So basically, what I'm telling you is that the numbers, the everything, and they had a king over them. You know, this is no joke. You can't make this up. Wishbone, Avalon, king of Ides, Ides of the king, 77 days following the posting of this image on April 6th, exactly 77 days, is the summer equinox, June 21st. That's just what it is. June 21st, summer solstice, and it is an Illuminati human sacrifice holiday. You can't make this stuff up, folks. And not only that, we have in the harbor, exactly where you would be viewing this nuclear blast from, we have another friendly little image in the ocean here that I have affectionately named the LA Harbor Beast. And he's a little blurry, so I took him out and I actually kind of highlighted him a little bit. And that's him. That is the image that's in the LA Harbor right there, which would put us exactly where we would see that blast, with the oil rigs off to the right and the wishbone off to the left of it. And they had a king over them. And incidentally, there are tons of other things that tie into this. But I just felt like I wanted to get this out to you guys ASAP. Looks like 77 days. It looks like they might have something planned here for the summer solstice. Peace and grace, y'all. Any fish?
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,